Greetings, travelers who are drawn to perfection, power, and the quiet grandeur of history. Today, we journey to northern Italy, to the refined and elegant city of Turin, often called Little Paris. Turin unfolds in long, symmetrical boulevards lined with arcaded streets. Framed by the distant majesty of the Alps, it is a city of discipline and dignity, of chocolate and royal ambition. And at its very heart, in the noble Piazza Castello, stands a palace that shaped the destiny of a nation. Welcome to the Royal Palace of Turin, Palazzo Reale. This is not simply a royal residence. It was the political and ceremonial nerve center of the House of Savoy. One of Europe's oldest dynasties, a family that would ultimately unify Italy and reign for nearly 1,000 years. Pause for a moment and look at the exterior. The facade is surprisingly restrained. Red brick, balanced proportions, clean lines. There is no flamboyant display. No overwhelming theatricality. At first glance, it may seem almost modest. But this was deliberate. The Savoy family mastered a powerful principle: discretion on the outside, magnificence within. True authority does not need to shout. Now, step through the wrought iron gates. Designed by Filippo Juvara, the transition is immediate. The air changes, the light changes, the mood deepens. Inside, gold leaf glows against white marble. Velvet drapes cascade in deep crimson folds. Crystal chandeliers scatter reflections like fragments of frozen sunlight. Every corridor whispers hierarchy. We now stand before one of the palace's most celebrated architectural achievements, the Staircase of Scissors. Created by Juvara in the early 18th century, this staircase seems almost impossible. It rises in elegant curves, supported in such a way that it appears to float. During construction, critics insisted it would collapse. Juvara answered not with argument, but symbolism. He carved a pair of scissors, cutting the tongue of envy into the ceiling decoration above. It was a silent declaration: genius silences doubt. As we ascend, notice how the staircase does not overwhelm. It invites, it guides, it elevates not only the body but the spirit. At the top, we enter the throne room. The parquet floors are composed of rare woods arranged into complex geometric patterns. The walls shimmer with gilded ornamentation. Heavy velvet drapes frame tall windows that filter soft northern light. At the far end of the chamber stands the throne, crimson, elevated, commanding. This was the stage upon which kings received ambassadors and signed treaties. It was here that the rulers of Sardinia, and later of unified Italy, projected stability, sovereignty, and divine legitimacy. Every decorative detail was calculated. The gold leaf signaled wealth. The height of the ceiling signaled authority. The symmetry signaled order. Power here was not chaotic. It was structured, ritualized, absolute. Yet perhaps the most astonishing space within the palace lies beyond ceremony. The Royal Armory. Take a slow breath. Stretching before you is one of the most complete and impressive collections of arms and armor in the world. Under the soft radiance of the Beaumont Gallery chandeliers, polished steel reflects cool light. Rows of mounted knights stand in formation. Helmets gleam with engraved flourishes. Swords rest beside ornate pistols inlaid with precious metals. The juxtaposition is striking. War, transformed into art. Armor once stained by battle now preserved in perfect stillness. Violence aestheticized within Baroque elegance. It is unsettling, and yet mesmerizing. The palace acknowledges a truth. Nations are forged not only by diplomacy and beauty, but also by force. But the Royal Palace is not only a monument to military power. It is also home to profound spirituality. Connected to the palace complex stands the Chapel of the Holy Shroud. Designed by the visionary architect Guarino Guarini. The dome is a masterpiece of geometry, layers of dark stone arches rising upward in a spiraling rhythm. Guiding the eye toward a distant, luminous center, light filters through hidden windows, descending softly into the sacred space below. For centuries, this chapel housed the Shroud of Turin, one of Christianity's most controversial and mysterious relics. Though the shroud was relocated after a devastating fire in 1997, the architectural experience remains breathtaking. The chapel feels less like a structure and more like a spiritual ascent, stone dissolving into light. Leaving sacred darkness behind, we step into Daniel's gallery, where ceiling frescoes unfold in mythological splendor. Figures drift across painted skies. Colors glow against gilded frames. And then, we exit into air and sky. The Royal Gardens. Designed with influence from André Lenotre, the genius behind Versailles, the gardens blend French symmetry with Italian softness. Pathways extend in deliberate lines. Fountains murmur gently. Marble statues emerge from manicured greenery. Here, queens and princesses walked beneath oak trees, seeking relief from the rigid formalities of court life. This was their sanctuary, a place where politics faded and breath returned. Throughout its history, the Royal Palace of Turin witnessed transformation. It began as the residence of dukes. It evolved into the court of kings. And in the 19th century, it became the birthplace of a unified Italy. King Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of modern Italy, walked these halls. Decisions made within these walls altered the course of European history. And yet, despite revolutions, wars, and the fall of monarchy, the palace endured. When the Italian monarchy was abolished in 1946, the palace did not crumble. It transitioned. It became a museum, not of nostalgia, but of identity. Today, visitors walk where royalty once ruled. They move through rooms once charged with diplomacy, ambition, and destiny. As evening falls over Turin, the palace glows softly under golden illumination. The Alps darken into shadow. Piazza Castello quiets. And still, the palace stands. It reminds us that power may fade, but legacy remains. The House of Savoy may no longer reign, yet its architectural imprint endures, in marble, in gold, in the silent geometry of space. The Royal Palace of Turin teaches us something profound. True grandeur is not loud. It is disciplined, composed, enduring. It balances strength with refinement, authority with artistry. And in that balance lies its perfection. Thank you for walking these corridors of history with me. If this journey through power and elegance has inspired you, I invite you to subscribe and continue exploring the world's most extraordinary palaces and hidden wonders. Until our next chapter, may history continue to illuminate your path.